What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're doing another mock draft. Now, this mock draft is going to be kind of fun. Okay, this is going to be a mock draft that I think you guys enjoy because it's going to be a lot different. I asked you guys, what kind of mock drafts do you guys want to see? And I did get a comment recently. I don't even think it was on that community post that told me about, the Patriots and their trading up situation. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. All of a sudden, yeah, there is a lot of talk about the Patriots potentially trading up. And obviously, that would be with the Lions because us and the Patriots, we got that bond, man. We trade all the time. So I decided to look into this a little bit deeper and kind of see what would work out here because I know the Patriots don't have a lot to offer. So how would this happen? Now, you guys did leave me some suggestions. Those will probably come, Chase Young draft, stuff like that will come. But I wanted to check this out. And my thought was, okay, how are they going to make this happen? Now, personally, for me, I can't do future picks. Now, the Patriots could in real life, so that could be one way they go about this. I can't do it on this mock draft simulator. But there was the thought that since the Patriots don't have much to offer in draft capital, they give up a player too. Now, the Detroit Lions, we know they do still have some money, around $30 million. Now, they haven't been making these small signings. We don't know exactly how much, these contracts are. When we know that, we'll know better how much we have remaining. But the Detroit Lions could be making these small moves to potentially set up a potential trade with a team like the New England Patriots and be able to take on someone's contract. Now, personally, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, Lions need to win now. Patriots are kind of in that rebuilding mode. So them trading up to get a guy like Tua could make sense because, yes, maybe even if he has to sit for a year, he could because they're rebuilding anyways. They don't need to win now. Lions, on the other hand, even though they just won 3 games, they need to win now. So they could be trading for players that can help them win right now. There were some options. All right, Julian Edelman, which we talked about yesterday, I didn't think he'd be a very good fit. We also talked about Dante Hightower. Hightower could be a good fit, but the one guy I decided to use for this mock draft is Joe Thuney. Now, Joe Thuney's kind of in a weird situation here because I believe he was franchise tagged by the New England Patriots. And now sometimes teams do this so that they can trade him. Yannick Ngak, okay, I'm not even going to try the last name. Yannick. He was tagged by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we believe that was kind of the same reason, too, because, obviously he doesn't want with Jacksonville, so when he gets traded, they tagged him so that they can get something in return because they're going to trade him away. Same possible thing with Joe Thuney, right? Because why keep Joe Thuney on a one-year deal if you can get something in return, like a young quarterback like Tua Tagovailoa, which can help you for the future for the New England Patriots, and the Lions can use a guy like Joe Thuney to win now, which we all knew that Joe Thuney for the Detroit Lions would have been a really good fit. A lot of people wanted him. He was like number 1 on my big board for free agents. So what if the Detroit Lions get Joe Thuney via a trade? Now, the money is definitely going to be a lot, right? He's getting paid about $14.5 million for the season on his franchise tag. So the Detroit Lions would have to pay him a little bit of money this season. And it would definitely drop down what they have. They'd go to around $15 million, which I do believe they would have enough for the draft. I think they would have enough for the draft for sure. And so, yeah, they'd be fine there. But the Lions probably wouldn't make any splash signings, obviously, because they brought in Joe Thuney, and then they would use the draft, and they would rock with that team. They may even have to move someone away to try to save some more cap if they wanted to. But I think that would be a really good idea because, he's cheaper than Yannick, and he's also a player that Detroit Lions need. The offensive line is probably their biggest hole right now, right? Joe Thuney would definitely help out, and that's why he was so high, because we need 2 guards, basically, and Joe Thuney is one of the best, probably the best available in free agency. He's young. He's like 26 years old. He grayed out extremely well. Obviously, he has Patriot ties, so this could be a good option for the Detroit Lions. If we brought him in, he'd be our left guard. So today, we're going to be doing a mock draft where we trade back with the Patriots, but we're also going to be saying that we got Joe Thuney as well. So not only are we asking for picks here, we got to keep it somewhat realistic, okay? We can't ask for tons of picks, like all of their picks, and then have them accept it, because that ain't going to work. We got to ask for, like, a couple of picks, but also understand that, hey, we're getting Joe Thuney as well. Now, again, Dante Hightower's an option. Julian Edelman's an option. There's definitely different ways to go about this, and you can, because there's nowhere I'm writing down, hey, we got Thuney. But still, in this, I'm basically assuming we got Joe Thuney, and that definitely helps out the O-line. So that changes the way we go about the draft. And, yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. He'd probably be our left guard. That could move Joe Dahl to right guard for now, or maybe he's just a backup. But Thuney, Decker, Ragnow, right guard still question mark, and then right tackle Big V, unless Big V moves the guard. So boom, that's how you would look. Now let's try to make this trade with the Patriots. Let's try to make it happen so that they can come up and get Tua Tagovailoa. Now we don't want to ask for too much in return because obviously we got Joe Thuney as well, but we still do have to get a nice return because we're moving back 20 spots. It's a long way to move back. So they do have a pretty good amount of picks, but you can see a lot of them are late, right? 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7. Like that's not good draft capital. So I think we're gonna ask for their first, and they don't have a second round pick either. So I think we ask for a third. Let's ask for a third, and let's ask for a 7th. I think that's a fair trade, because keep in mind we have Joe Thuney. Actually, hold up. I think we should ask for a little bit more. Keep in mind we have Joe Thuney, so they probably will accept this. I'm assuming they're going to accept that. Absolutely. So yes, we have Joe Thuney. Maybe I didn't get enough return. I don't know what's necessarily fair to get in return. That's kind of based on what I've seen from other people. Like, hey, Lions get 23rd and 87 and a late round pick. So I'm kind of going with that. And here we go. So the Patriots get Tua Tagovailoa, which we all expected. Now, we sit at number 23 now. But our offensive lineman, which was maybe our biggest need, is now filled out. So that's great, right? We have a new offensive lineman. So probably our biggest need is filled out with a player that is probably better that you could get into the draft, because there really wasn't a lot of just pure guards out here that would help us other than Cesar Ruiz, which he could go around 23. So we have 23, 35, 67, 30, wow, 85 and 98. So now we have 3 third-round picks, and obviously we moved back to 23, and we acquired an extra 6th-round pick. So I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to go overboard, you know, because I just want to try to keep it as fair as possible. You see the Giants went with Simmons. There's probably not anybody we're going to trade up for. Okuda went to 9 and Thomas at 10. Offensive lineman could work, but probably not. I mean, obviously, if someone really good falls at 23, we could try to just completely finish the offensive line. I think Will's is going to go very soon here. Don't love C.J. Henderson. I think Kinlaw is definitely someone I'm looking at. We may even trade up if he gets really close to 23. Definitely Kinlaw's the guy I'm looking at here, because I think, you know, based on how far we're falling back, that could be a good look for us. Because after that, you know, wait a little bit. I think Christian Fulton could be a solid option. Christian Fulton could be solid as well, Zach Bond. So we'll wait to see who falls, and we'll make our decision then. So there goes Wills, Ruggs, Henderson. Okay, I'm kind of concerned. I think Kinlaw's going to go soon. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, 19. I'm curious whether or not I should trade up. Should I try to? I'm going to try to trade up with the Raiders. You know, I want to make sure. I want to just see. I'm not going to give too much, but I want to see if it's possible, because if I can possibly acquire that pick and get Javon Kinlaw, that would be the number one way I'd go about this. And plus, they don't have a lot of picks, so maybe if I threw in like a 5th, they would take it. Let's see. They took it. They probably didn't want to be there either way. I didn't even know who they'd go after. So, yeah, we moved up to the spot. I'm going to go with Javon Kinlaw. I just think that'd be a great fit for us. Now, we do pick at 35 as well. And some of the other guys I was looking at, like Patrick Queen, like Epinesa, you know, like Zach Bond, these guys could fall. So we'll just have to wait and see who falls at 35. Hopefully we get some nice players. Possibly you could play that role. Neville Gallimore. Yeah, probably not going to go defensive line. Cesar Ruiz. Now, that's an interesting way to look at it. You could go with Cesar Ruiz, put him at right guard, and then your offensive line is pretty much done. So do we try to finish the offensive line, or do we go elsewhere? Like, I feel like we should wait on offensive line now that we have Thuney. Like, it doesn't make that much sense. Let's see who's out there for cornerbacks. Okay, Trayvon Diggs. Here's how I would do it. I'd put Kinlaw on that D-line. So when we run the 2 or 3 defensive linemen, Kinlaw would be on there. I don't think he would play my Jack role. I don't think he'd be that role. He's not Devon Kennard to me. He's more of a Trey Flowers, I think. I think more of a Trey, kind of like a little bit more versatile. Maybe like less versatile than Derek Brown, though. I feel like he's just a down lineman. I don't think that guy's playing on the edge. So I could go with Epinesa. I could go with a corner. Linebacker. Yeah, no one I'm going to take here. Not at all. Now, we could go running back. Taylor is still there, which obviously, to me, is the best running back available. But I kind of want to try this a different way. I think I'm going to wait on Jonathan Taylor. I've went with him a lot. Jacob Eason is also still there. Yeah, offensive line. Cesar Ruiz is really hard to pass on. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I've always been a guy that's get pass rush. I'm going to go with AJ Epinesa. The fact that he fell here is kind of surprising to me, so I'm not going to wait. Trayvon Diggs, a little bit concerning. Doesn't tackle that well, obviously. I don't know if Matt Patricia is going to go that route just like he did with Greedy. And I think he's a lot better in zone, so I'm kind of going to pass on him. And, yeah, we'll get a mid-round cornerback to help out there. That's like a mid-round cornerback that can play good man, okay? I think there's a lot of guys out there that can do that. I'm going to go with Dantzler. And now, some people like Damon, I think you can't go wrong here. I think there's different options. Bryce Hall would be a good fit for us. I think he would be solid. I like Bryce Hall's ability to play man-to-man as well. He's more of a physical cornerback in my eyes. Troy Pride, he's been flying up the boards recently. Cameron Dantzler is a little bit slower, but I think he is still sticky at man-to-man. Damon Arnett's a man-to-man player at Ohio State, but again, keep in mind he was not the number 1 there because Jeffrey Okudah was. So I kind of like Cameron Dantzler, personally. Now, he's very skinny. Very little. I don't know if he's exactly for what the Lions are looking for. I almost feel like a Bryce Hall could be more what the Lions are looking for, because I think Dantzler's a better man-to-man, and he's graded out as one of the top 3 cornerbacks. The problem is he's not a big, right? He's a really skinny guy, so I don't know if the Lions would want to go that route. He almost reminds me of a Slay, kind of. Almost as a Slay, right? He's very, very skinny. I mean, just look him up. He's a little guy. So I don't know if I'd go that route. I don't really want to go with Arnett because he had a good pass rush. He wasn't even the number 1 cornerback, so I don't really want to go there. Doesn't mean he's bad. I just don't want to go that route. Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall is interesting. I think I either got to go Bryce Hall or Dantzler here, but I'm not sure which one. I feel like the Lions would probably go Bryce Hall. I just think Dantzler's a better coverage guy. It depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for a coverage guy or a guy that can do more things all around. I'm going to go with Cameron Dantzler, but I think you can go with Bryce Hall. I'm going to go with Dantzler. I think he's a little smaller, but I do think he's still a good man-to-man coverage corner. Yes, the speed may be a little concerning there. I don't know. What I've seen, he wasn't getting burnt tons in college, so I'm gonna go with Cameron Dantzler. But hey, if you want to go with what's his name? Yeah, if you want to go with Bryce Hall, then do it. Hey, Bryce Hall might fall there to 85. Hold up. Oh, he went right before us. I was like, what the heck? He's gonna fall. I don't know. Okay, let's just move on. Let's just move on. You guys can do whatever you want to do there. All right, I'm not sure where I want to go here. I'm thinking offensive line. I hate it because I always go with Tyler, but I do feel like he's, the guy that we should bring in. I just think he makes a lot of sense. Offensive tackle. We could go with tackle here. Let's go with Tyler. I feel like Nite Mutai is better, but the injuries every year, man, like I don't know if I can mess with that. He's gonna get hurt. I almost feel like KJ Hill is smarter here. I would go with KJ Hill. I don't know if I have to take him right now though. Antonio Gibson could be an option. Like honestly, he could be an option here because he can do both. I kind of want to go KJ Hill to be honest. He gives us that slot for the future, like when Damon Amendola's gone. So I think I'm gonna reach and take KJ Hill. I didn't want to lose him, so we're gonna take KJ Hill. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in a different route there. That's someone I haven't taken a lot in the third round, so yeah, y'all want to see it mixed up? There you go. We have 109. I could go with Gibson or Moss. I feel like Moss is a running back, but I feel like Gibson kind of gives us what Theo kind of gave us, right? That guy that can do both, and that could make more sense in a running back group, right? Because Kerryon Johnson, like he kind of can catch the ball. I mean, he bobbled that screen all the way to the end zone. Bo Scarborough, I don't think he's going to catch the ball in the backfield that often. Ty, okay, maybe he's fast, but I don't know if he's necessarily a receiving back. I go with Tyler all the time, and I feel like, oh gosh. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm taking, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson. That's right. We're getting a guy that can receive and I'd also play running back. Now we're going to see who falls here for lineman, and I'm going lineman next pick. And boom, Tyler fell. Now let's look at all available first before we make it happen. Troy Dye. Okay, Zach Moss. Bradley and Nye still here. Oh, gosh. When's our next pick? 149. Yikes. Oh, man. This is not fun. I'm going to get both of those guys because, yeah, but I don't really need him anymore. I don't know. I'm going to go with offensive lineman here. I can't really risk it. I got to take Tyler. I like Shea Patterson, to be honest. I might go with Shea Patterson. I'm just saying. Next Tom Brady. I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay. Harrison Hand. Who do we go with? Do we go corner again? Davis, Kinlaw, Flowers. We got a lot of linemen. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. You know what we could do? I think I'm going to take Tyler Johnson and stacked wires. Yes, it's a lot for this year, but that means we could extend Galladay, Tyler Johnson, and KJ Hill, and boom, next season we all of a sudden, we have some great wide receivers out there. I don't think that's a bad way to do it. Is it a lot for this year? Yes, but think about it. Last 2 years, Jones has been injured. Tyler Johnson could fill in. Amendola was injured last year. KJ Hill could fill in. So KJ Hill could be a returner probably. I wouldn't even be surprised. Michael Divinity. Trayvon Hill. I'm going to go with Michael Divinity. I think he's a solid linebacker that can move around, be a little versatile. So I think we could put him on that linebacker group, add some more competition there. Oh my gosh, Lamar fell all the way here. I was not thinking that would happen. Holy cow, Lamar Jackson fell here. I think we got to take him, though. We got to take him. We got pretty much everything else. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson for more corner. And then I'm going to try to get Shea if he's still available with this last pick. And then which is 235. So hopefully Shea falls. He should fall, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe at the end everybody's taking corner. It hasn't went yet. Steven Montez still out there. I like Montez better, to be honest with you. Brian Lewerke, nope. Khalil Tate, he can move a little. There's no quarterbacks being taken. Take our guy, but I could go with Lavert Hill. I could go with Kevin Dotson, John Runyon. Now I'm gonna go with Shea Patterson. We're going with the legend himself, Shea Patterson. Boom, and that's our mock draft while trading back with the Patriots. And you know what? We had to trade back up to get Javon Kinlaw, but I still think that was a heck of a draft. I don't know about you. I think that was a really good draft. I try not to take all the same players. I try to make it up with a KJ Hill, the Antonio Gibson, Michael Divinity, right? I don't always going to take the same players, but there's certain players that I really think would fit the Lions really well, and they're just too hard to pass on. Look at all these picks, though, my man. All right, Kinlaw, boom, the defense line all of a sudden got a lot better with the guy that wants to be here. AJ Epinesa, I think he could play the jack role. I do think he's an insane edge rusher, so I think he's the second best edge rusher for the Lions. Then we got Cameron Dantzler, who could compete for that cornerback position with some of the other guys, like Michael Jackson, who I always forget about. I think Michael Jackson's still here. The new man, Darryl Roberts, Amani Oruwariye can compete in there. KJ Hill, future slot. He could be our fourth right now, but future slot. Antonio Gibson will kind of be that running back that can play wide receiver and running back, right? Gives a little bit of a mix there. So getting a lot of weapons, 2 weapons for Stafford. Tyler Biadasz, which gives us the other guard to go with Joe Thuney. We're looking pretty. Tyler Johnson, future Marvin Jones replacement, possibly. We'll see. He'll compete with Travis Fulgham and, those guys. Michael Vindy, another linebacker just for some depth, really. And then Lamar Jackson for some cornerback depth. And then, obviously, the GOAT, Shea Patterson. So let me know what you guys think. You guys can try this draft at home. I didn't want to get too much in return. In return, we got the 23rd. I think it was a 3rd-round pick and a 6th. So it wasn't too crazy. And along with Joe Thuney to move back 20 spots. So there you go. Patriots get Tua. We get Joe Thuney. And we get a really good draft. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching. And I'm out.